So, what on earth is the architecture of solitude? I mean, it sounds kind of grand, right? But think about it. In a world that is just buzzing with noise and connection 24/7, choosing to be alone is, well, it's often misunderstood. So today, we're going to explore why being alone isn't about loneliness at all. It's about building something really profound inside yourself.
This quote just absolutely hits the nail on the head. We live in a culture that's basically obsessed with getting likes, getting noticed, getting validation from everyone else. So if you're someone who genuinely enjoys your own company, you can come off as, well, a little weird, almost suspicious even. But is that judgment fair, or is it missing the entire point?
And yeah, this is the big question, isn't it? Is solitude just loneliness with better branding? A way to make ourselves feel better about being left out? Or is there something else going on here, something, deeper and way more powerful? Let's really dig in and pull these two things apart.
Okay, so to get to the truth, we first have to tackle this huge misconception head-on. There's this widespread social judgment out there that just automatically equates being alone with being unhappy. And it's high time we unpack that.
All right, let's just bust this myth right here, right now. What society often sees as loneliness is actually, in reality, a conscious choice. What looks like avoidance of other people is really a vital need for recharging. And what someone might mistake for sadness, so often that's an opportunity for deep, meaningful reflection. See, the difference is everything. Loneliness is that painful feeling of being disconnected. But solitude is the peaceful feeling of being connected with yourself.
So if it's not a bad thing, then what is it? And this is where things get really fascinating. Solitude isn't some kind of social problem or deficit. No way. It's actually an incredibly powerful cognitive tool. It is, quite literally, fuel for your mind. First things first, let's get one thing crystal clear. The desire for solitude is almost never, ever about actively trying to avoid people or push them away.
Instead, it's all about recharging from the incredible amount of energy it takes to be around them. Every single social interaction, even the really good ones, comes with a certain mental weight, a cognitive load. And for some of us, that load is just heavier.
And this right here is the core idea. Solitude isn't about running away from the world. It's the resource we use to actually process our thoughts, to connect the dots, to spark new ideas, and to finally, hear ourselves think in a world that just never, ever stops talking. So, what's actually going on inside our heads? Well, it turns out this kind of self-sufficient mindset is really built on three key psychological pillars. Let's break them down. The first pillar has this really technical-sounding name, independent cognitive processing. But all it really means is that you can think things through and come to your own conclusions without needing a focus group of your friends to tell you you're right. It's the foundation of self-reliance.
To put it really simply, you have a strong internal compass. You don't need a constant chorus of outside voices to feel confident in your own choices, because deep down, you trust your own judgment.
Next up is high social sensitivity. Now, this isn't about being shy or timid. This is neurological. It means your brain is just wired to pick up on more stuff. The tiny shift in someone's tone of voice, that subtle bit of body language. It's like you're experiencing the world with the volume turned all the way up. It can be amazing for sure, but man, can it be exhausting?
This is probably the best way to think about it. We all talk about having a social battery, right? Well, for someone with high social sensitivity, that battery just drains way, way faster. A party that might energize one person can totally wipe another one out. That makes alone time not just a luxury, but a genuine biological need.
And that brings us to our third and final pillar, low social dependency. This is that incredible skill of being your own source of comfort, your own entertainment, and even your own inspiration. You just don't need constant input from the outside world to feel engaged and alive.
At the end of the day, it means you're good company for yourself. You can get lost in your own thoughts, dive into a project, or just let your imagination run wild, and you can find real, genuine fulfillment in that inner world. That is a profound form of self-sufficiency.
So when you put these three pillars together, independent thinking, high sensitivity, and this low need for social input, a totally new picture starts to form. Suddenly, solitude isn't a weakness you need to fix, it's a powerful, defining strength.
So let's wrap this all up. Choosing solitude isn't a sign that you're lonely, it's a conscious choice. For many, it's driven by a very real need to recharge a sensitive nervous system. And it's all powered by a strong inner compass and the amazing ability to be your own best company. It's not an escape, it's a tool for reflection, for creativity, for deep thought. So maybe we should just throw out the term antisocial altogether. A much better way to think about it is being differently social. It's a rhythm, you know? A rhythm of deep engagement with the world, followed by periods of deep engagement with yourself. It's a really powerful model for being self-sufficient.
So if we think of solitude as this quiet workshop where you can finally be your most authentic, most creative self, well, that leaves just one question for you. What kind of masterpiece are you building in the architecture of your solitude?